Good morning, it's Thursday, August the 13th, and you're watching Chinese Small Cap News TV here every day on ChinaSecurities.com. I'm your host, Paul Kandakos. Chinese Small Cap TV is a daily, fast-paced show bringing you the best press releases out of the Chinese small cap sector at the open so you can hopefully profit from them and potentially find your next great small cap investment. Folks, I got a busy show. I've actually got 5 great press releases to report on. It's earnings seasons, and they're all incredible companies with incredible earnings. So without any further ado, let's get down to business. Our lead story comes from a company called Deere Consumer Products. Trades on the NASDAQ under the symbol DEER. The company is reporting a record second quarter earnings. We've got revenues of $15.3 million. That's up 34% compared to $11.4 million in Q2 of last year. We've got net income of $1.7 million. That's up almost 200% compared to $580,000 in Q2 of 08. A little bit about the company. They're a market leader in the design, manufacture, and sale of home and kitchen electric appliances, marketing to the Chinese domestic consumer markets, as well as customers in more than 40 different countries worldwide. Company's last at $12.85, high of $14, low of $10, and a market cap of approximately $145 million. Moving on to our next company, China XD Plastics. They trade on the bulletin board under the symbol CXDC. Once again, second quarter revenue numbers. Revenues were $32 million, which represents an increase of almost 40%, up from the second quarter of 08. Gross profit was $6.7 million, which represents an increase of 15%. And gross margin was 21%, down slightly from 25% in the second quarter of 08. Net income was $5 million, which represents an increase of 6.5% from the second quarter of 08. A little bit about the company. Through its wholly owned subsidiaries, they develop, manufacture, and distribute modified plastics, primarily for automotive applications. Company's last at $6.10, high of $9.92, low of 62 cents, and a market cap of approximately $240 million. Moving on, China Energy Recovery trades on the bulletin board under the symbol CGYV. Once again, second quarter financial news for 09. They announced financial results for the 3 and 6 months ended June 30th, 09. Revenues for the second quarter were up to $7.6 million, up 34% from the $5.7 million in the same quarter of last year. Gross profits increased by 84% to $1.6 million. And net income increased to $800,000 for the second quarter as compared to a loss of $200,000 in the same period last year. So it looks like the company is turning the corner. A little bit about the company. They're a designer, manufacturer, and installer of waste heat energy recovery systems, which provide facilities with greater energy efficiency. Company is last at $1.37, high of $10, low of 82 cents, and a market cap of $41 million. Next on the agenda, we've got Telestone Technologies Corporation, trades on the NASDAQ under the symbol TSTC. Once again, second quarter results. We've got revenue for the quarter of approximately $12.1 million, represents an increase of over 100% from the second quarter of last year. Gross income was approximately $5 million, which represents an increase of 45% from last year. And net income was approximately $2 million, which represents an increase of 11% from last year. A little bit about the company. They're a developer and provider of wireless communication coverage solutions based in the People's Republic of China. Last at $5.86, high of $6.19, low of 63 cents, and a market cap of approximately $60 million. And finally, Artificial Life trades on the bulletin board under the symbol ALIF. Once again, second quarter results. These are the highest quarterly revenues for the company in their history. Revenues for the quarter were approximately $7.5 million, up from $5.5 million in the comparable period last year. Gross margin for the quarter was $6.5 million as compared to $4.8 million for the same period last year, represents an increase of approximately 35%. And finally, net income was $2.7 million, up from just over $2.6 million in the same period last year. A little bit about the company. They're a full-service provider of mobile broadband 3G technology, mobile participation TV, mobile gaming content, and business applications. Company's last at 85 cents, high of $1.82, low of 54 cents, and the market cap of approximately $40 million. That's a wrap for today's show. Thanks for tuning in. I'm your host, Paul Kandakos. Make sure to join us again tomorrow, and we've got more great press releases coming out of the Chinese small cap sector.